بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم عن أبي بكرة رضي الله عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال شهران لا ينقصان شهر عيد رمضان وذو الحجة متفق عليه. Abu Bakr radiallahu anh narrates that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, the 2 months don't decrease, لا ينقصان, they do not decrease. Shahra Eidin, the 2 months which have Eid in it. Ramadan wa Dhul Hijjah, the 2 months are Ramadan and Dhul Hijjah. Now, what does it mean by does not decrease? So some of the commentators, they had mentioned that there is opinions about how both of them will not be 29 in a single year. Meaning, if Ramadan is 29, then Dhul Hijjah would always be 30, and if Ramadan was 30, then Dhul Hijjah could be 29 or 30, but it will not be that they both are 29. But other scholars mentioned that that's not a correct opinion, and also historically it's been proven that it has been 29 in both months. So that's why it's not a valid commentary of the hadith. So even though they have mentioned it, wallahu alam, on what basis, but there is one opinion, but obviously that's not the most acceptable opinion. So the question comes is, what does this mean? So what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is trying to mention here is that the 2 months of Eid, meaning Ramadan and Dhul Hijjah, they are virtuous. So sometimes we might feel that if one year we had 29 and another year we had 30, so the 30th month, the one with one extra day, would probably be more virtuous than the 29 days. So I said no. When it comes to worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and doing ibadah for the entire month of Ramadan or the entire month of Dhul Hijjah, so when you're worshipping Allah for the entire month in its entirety, it does not matter if it's 29 days or if it's 30 days. 1 month is 1 month. So it would be written in our books that we worshipped and we did this for the entire month of Ramadan, even though we might have gotten one less day in certain years. So this is what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying, that whether it becomes 29 or 30, you will have the entire month of Ramadan as an entire month. Just because it's 29 does not mean that it's somewhat incomplete or insufficient or less than another month of Ramadan or another month of Dhul Hijjah, which is less than the 30 days. There are certain rulings in Sharia that are based on 2 months or multiple months. Now, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in certain things, for example, for a widow, her iddah would be 4 months and 10 days. Now, those 4 months and 10 days, now we cannot say, oh, we're going to calculate the 4 months based off of 30 days, 30 days, 30 days, 30 days, and then 10 days. No, it's going to be based off of the months. It's not according to if they are 29 days or 30 days, we're going to calculate that. No, it's going to be based off of the month. Similarly, there are other, certain kafaras that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions, shahraini mutatabi'ain, that you should fast continuously for 2 months. So those 2 months are 2 months, regardless of how many days it's inside of that month. Once Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam had a disagreement with his wives because of certain requests and demands that they had. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions an ayah in the Quran about it, actually multiple ayahs in the Quran, in Surah Ahzab about it. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, his habit was, whenever there was any type of disagreement at home, he would just exit, he would just leave, just so that there's no confrontation. And this is something really beautiful, because a lot of times men feel that we need to stand our ground. No, this is something completely against. This is not what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did or the Sahaba did. It's not about standing our ground. It's just about taking control of the situation and letting things calm down before we return back and reason. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam once had a disagreement with the Azwaj Mutahharat about some certain requests and demands that they had about certain things in financially. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, I'm not going to go to any of the homes for 1 month. And he went and he just did i'tikaf in one of the homes for an entire month. Now, after the month was over, when he went to the home, the Azwaj Mutahharat for the entire month, they're counting every day, every day, every day. And then he enters upon Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, and Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha says, "You're here, the month is not done." So he said, some months are 29 days. Because she was thinking he's going to come the next day because it would be 30 days. He said, some months are only 29 days. So this is a 29th day month. So that's why I came on the 29th day. So it was a surprise for her that he came one day before. But this is something about the 29 and 30 days. And just on the note about, men de-escalating the situation. Once Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam came to Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anha's home. And he says, "Where's Ali radiallahu anhu? Where's your husband?" He said, "We had a disagreement, he just left." So this Ali radiallahu anhu, the one who can literally crush an enemy with his bare hands, no problem. But when it comes to his wife, when it comes to the family situation, there's a disagreement, just leave. So then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he tells one of the Sahabi, "Go look for him." So they look around, they said, "Ya Rasulullah," they come back to him and they say, "Ya Rasulullah, he is sleeping in the masjid." So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam goes to the masjid, wakes him up. And then he's sleeping on the dirt. So when he wakes up, there's dirt all over him. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam takes off the dirt and says, "Qum Abu Turab, get up Abu Turab." This Abu Turab became that people now name their kids Abu Turab based off of that incident when he went and he said, right now things are heated at home, just go. And he went and he just went to sleep. He said, when I wake up, we'll come back and we'll figure everything out. But right now, the best thing to do is just sleep. And even Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, now whatever happened, he went and he dusted off Ali radiallahu an. He brought Ali radiallahu an back to the home, and it wasn't okay, let's sit down, have a big meeting, what's going on, the father-in-law's here, let's try to resolve all the situation. Nothing. Okay, these things happen, life moves on. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam just let it go. This is something for us to understand that as men, many times we might feel that, no, we need to show our power, our authority, our superiority and whatnot. SubhanAllah, it's nothing like that. We are partners in life, and whatever disagreements we have to just let it go. Inshallah, just one more thing to remember. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is talking about Ramadan. And then after Ramadan is Shawwal, then is Dhul Qa'dah, then is Dhul Hijjah. So a couple of months after Ramadan, Dhul Hijjah comes. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is talking about Dhul Hijjah. And Dhul Hijjah, people are going for Hajj, we're fasting. And but it's such a good culture. And also it's the month of Eid. So it's almost like after Ramadan, we get another boost after a couple of months. Then after Dhul Hijjah passes, then is Muharram comes, then it's like another boost for Muharram, and then another couple of months later, Safar, then Rabi'ul Awwal comes. Then Rabi'ul Awwal, because it's the birth month of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is always been a month in which all the scholars and all the Aimma, they study and teach Seerah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So it's something that is like another revival. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put all these things in place for us to continuously take advantage of these months. But if we just let it go, sometimes when we need something, if it's something expensive, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, we need to go buy a car, we need to buy an expensive computer. What's the first thing we look for? What's the next month that's coming that's going to have a holiday that there's going to be, President's Day sale or Labor Day sale or Black Friday or Cyber Monday, whatnot. So all of these, what do we look forward to? That, okay, we need to figure this out. We need to purchase something. We're looking for that. Similarly, for our iman, for our betterment, for our connection to our deen, we need to look forward to these months. So but Ramadan is that month, our teacher would explain it, that Ramadan is like a booster. After the booster, you have to continuously run the car. If you, as soon as the car turns on, you turn it back off, next time you try to turn it on, it would be dead again. So after the month of Ramadan, it's a booster. The rest of the 11 ones, we get these trickles of charge all the way till the next month of Ramadan. So this is something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us as a blessing, that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is mentioning, that these are some things that they're filled with barakah, they're filled with ajr. We need to utilize it in the best of our capabilities. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to fully understand and take advantage of these blessed months. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to fully utilize this month and connect ourselves to our deen. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to continuously look forward to all the other blessed months and days throughout the entire year to reconnect us back to our deen and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to better prepare for akhirah. Subhanallah bihamdihi, subhanakallah.